So, welcome back to Living Passionately with Pat Brown. Today, I have the privilege of interviewing Tricia Walters, CEO and owner of Luxurious Seduction, a cosmetic line and fragrance line, as well as candles. She brings extra beauty and harmony and peace to women. And of course, because women, if we live in that state, then we also share it with men. So, guys listening, you might be able to learn something new, share with your partner, sister, or friend. So, welcome, Tricia. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy schedule because I've seen that you've been so busy recently.
Yes, very busy. Thank you so much, Pat, for inviting me on here. I appreciate it.
Pleasure, my pleasure. I'm really excited to have you. I know you met some time ago on Facebook in our journeys, and I've been really wanting to interview you to learn about you and your business and how you got started. I love your website, by the way. It's really great.
Thank you.
Yeah, I just love the presentation. But first, congratulations for being brave and bold and going after your dreams.
Thank you.
Yeah, so tell me, what inspired you to start Luxurious Seductions?
Whew. So, a few things. First, I'll say my mom was my biggest inspiration.
Awesome.
She worked a 9 to 5, but she also did made cakes on the side. She did a lot
Mhm.
of wedding cakes and black cakes and stuff, and she cooked and stuff. And but she never gave up her little side hustle. And I call it a hustle because she didn't take it, serious. If someone called her and said, Marian, can you do this? She'll do it, right? And she was a woman with resilience, so that was one.
Mhm.
And then I went through a heartbreak.
Oh,
And so, the heartbreak, it took me through, emotions, different types of emotions. Started out with lipsticks. And so I named them according to the moods I was in.
oh,
Some were positive, some were negative, so that's what really inspired me to do it, mommy and that heartbreak.
and a heartbreak started you on your business journey.
Yes.
What were some of those names?
Whew. We have Daring. Daring was like a blue lipstick that was daring me to do something different. Um,
Okay.
we had Hustler. Hustler was a green lipstick.
Uh-huh.
That was I had to be about my coins. We had Yellow, which was Sunshine. Sunshine was a name that they used to call me. Heartless Soul. I used to call him Heartless Soul. I felt like his heart was and so that was like a bright red lipstick because it
Okay.
represented soul. Yeah. And we had Naughty Nights.
Okay.
Naughty Nights again, that was about intimacy. So it was kind of like a pinkish purple with a sparkle in it. It was fun doing it because then
Mhm.
when people came to purchase a lipstick, whatever color they gravitated to, it spoke their personality, and the name went right with them.
Okay.
So yeah, so it was
That's
fun. It was
interesting.
definitely,
That's interesting.
yeah.
So, do you still carry those names or have you changed some of them?
I do still carry them, but now they kind of really kind of phased out, and I stepped up into a more because those were like glosses and matte lipsticks.
Mhm.
Um, the main ones that are really my top sellers are the Daring, which is like a blue. You can wear that either with a gown
Mhm.
or you can wear it, dressed down.
Mhm.
The blue is still popping. The Hustler green, believe it or not, that's still popping. I do have a black lipstick as well.
Oh, wow.
So again, some of them are still, but I stepped into a more matte lipstick because that was
Mhm.
the flow of things, and yeah.
That's awesome. I like that. It's different. And so it's funny because that really rolls right into my next question is what makes your brand different from other beauty brands?
Okay, yes. So here we go with this one here. The fact that I cater to both men and females.
Hmm.
A lot of the line luxurious seduction, a lot of people just think it's like a female, but it's more about the intimacy. Getting that intimacy, that spark back between man and woman.
Hmm.
During the pandemic, when the pandemic first started, because that's when it kind of really took off. When the pandemic first started, in my head, it was like, yo, can you imagine a couple who worked 9 to 5 every day, or she's coming in and he's going out to work, being stuck in a home locked down, and they have this has been a long time since they've ever have done this, and they forgot how to be intimate, they forgot how to love, how to sit and have a conversation, how to watch TV. So in my head I was like, oh, all hell is gonna break loose, right? So I was like, no, like it's so much, the divorce rate is high, the separation rate is high inside of our homes, our color homes, and it was like, what can I do to bring that intimacy back at home? So that's when we did I did the robes. I personalized the robes for the both male and female. I
Okay.
did nice luxury candles. And then again, the candles at that time were Naughty Nights, Heartless Soul, because they matched with I had the candle, I paired it with the lipstick.
Okay.
So it was Naughty Nights, Heartless Soul, Audacious, forgot which one it is. But
So
anyway,
kind of like you were helping couples to
yes,
get them
yes, that's
spark
exactly what
going.
I was. I wanted to
Okay.
keep that spark into a relationship because I honestly, I love love. Like
Mhm.
I love, love, love. And I love seeing people in love. And it's just not love in relationships, but it's love with self, love
Yeah.
with your family, love with your business. Because I feel like if you apply love to anything that you do, you're going to enjoy it because
Hmm.
that's what
For
you're doing,
sure.
right? So that was what it was about. And I will put in a Luther Vandross CD in it.
Oh,
And
wow.
it was so it was real, it's fun. I still do it. It's
Yeah.
fun. Um and but that's what it really was about, just keeping
Wow.
bringing that intimacy back inside of the home.
Hmm.
So like I said, yeah.
Yeah, because people, some nice people that been married for a long time, they might lose it, or a couple, or I can imagine during the pandemic,
Mhm.
that could be like a driving force. Like, do we stay together or go our separate ways? Like it's kind of like getting to know the person all over, I would think,
Mhm.
yeah, because it's it's kind of different. But I like that. I like that because it gives you something to think about too when you look at these names or you're buying them. It creates an atmosphere in your home. So that's great. Or give some boring person something to think about.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. How do you go about with like making sure that the quality of your product is in place and that your product is sustainable?
Okay, well, so for the skincare line, I outsource.
Hmm.
I outsource. I work with mostly organic and natural skincare products. I really do stick to that line. With my candles are soy based. The entire line, pretty much everything is essential oil based. Even the lipsticks, some of my lipsticks were vegan when we first started.
Okay.
So that because again, we don't know who's allergic to what. We do have paperwork, of course, that covers that. But, again, we try to cover everyone,
Okay.
and a lot of people are going green and we're doing the natural things these days. So a lot of I make sure that the soy candles and all that other stuff, the shelf life on those, they last for a while. The scent doesn't go away. The fragrances, there's no really shelf life on that. They just go. And that's it. Yeah.
Okay.
And the candy and the skincare.
Okay. So I know you have your online website. Do you also have a storefront?
Yes, I do have a storefront as well. And so in the store, we do body waxing and we do the facials.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
awesome. And you're located in
16 West Broad Street. That's Bethlehem, PA, 18018.
Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, and your website name is,
www.luxuriousseduction.com.
can't forget that, guys, luxuriousseduction.com. Okay. I like that. Okay, so I know recently I've seen that you've been receiving some awards like for small business, growth, and I know there was something recently, was it with Goldman Sachs? Did you receive an award?
No, that was the InnerStar Awards. The
Okay.
InnerStar, yes, that was the InnerStar Awards. So I was nominated, yes, in the beauty industry with a couple of other beauty industry storefront owners.
Mhm.
And that was great. It was a great experience. And for me, not only, okay, so I have to go back a little bit. I
Oh,
am also a life coach as well.
okay,
So
awesome.
right. So I'm also coaching women how to deal with self-care for self. So
Oh,
it's not just because, a lot of people focus on the beauty, oh, she's pretty, but
yes,
it's not there. Beauty is something that stems from the inside. So
exactly.
it's about clearing, removing all of the traumas and the
Mental
gut,
blocks and things
and
like
bring out that beauty inside of you because it shines.
that. Right.
It's
I
a
love
different
that.
kind of beauty.
Yeah.
So that's what I work on, the transformation actually um inside of the store. So the mental has to be definitely clear
Right.
for all of that to shine. So yeah, that's
Not
what I
just, I like that. Not just the mental, sorry, not just the beauty on the outside, but your mental state, which is really important because recently I did a video about self-acceptance, and there's so many people that still walk around questioning. I know that I'm one of those people that did that, like, am I too short? Am I too fat? This, that, next and third. Want to change that about yourself. And I think that self-acceptance is so important. And I'm really happy to hear that you're doing that work also with women. That's really awesome.
yeah.
So who are some of your mentors?
Ooh. I do have a few. My coach and my mentors, her name is Valori Thomas. Besides Valori, there are some people that I do look up to. Lucinda Cross is one. Rihanna, I love what she
Really?
does.
Yeah, yes.
Mhm.
You never know
But
where business might go.
but it's mostly me. I really, believe it or not, I am a thinker and my mind runs wild.
Okay.
And sometimes we can be our biggest critics, right? And I do a lot of soul searching.
Awesome.
A lot of soul searching because there's always room for improvement.
Definitely.
And, sometimes I listen, not sometimes,
Mhm.
most of the time, I listen to hear what people say. I watch body language. I watch so how I interact with people. And honestly, I listen to my children. Like, sometimes they have to check me and I listen to them.
Yes.
Um,
Yes.
Sometimes we as parents, we think we know everything. And sometimes they gotta say, all right, mom, tone
So,
it down. You're doing too much. And it's okay, because they're not checking me in a disrespectful way. They're just saying,
exactly.
mom,
We
you
can
know,
definitely learn a lot from our kids. I've learned a lot from my daughter. So
yeah.
my nieces and nephews and my little young cousins, I learned so much from them. We got to be open-minded. It's part of our learning and growth too. I
So
agree.
I would say that I'm my biggest, I mentor myself and I really coach myself and also counseling. I
Yeah.
have therapists as well.
Oh,
I
yeah.
remember I did therapy for one, but it's funny because I'm like, okay, I'm sitting here and I'm telling this lady all this stuff, and I'm like, by the time I get finished with her, she gonna need a therapist. But that was our joke, and we would crack up laughing. But
Yeah. Yeah.
the session it turned into a friendship,
Yes.
and a night. And while I, being a coach, I also coached myself.
At the end of the day, you also have to be your own motivator too,
Hmm.
and your biggest encourager because being a business owner, I know sometimes we have a lot of thoughts and we go through the ups and downs of business. So definitely, I totally get it. So with that, how do you manage the challenges besides the therapy and the talking to yourself? What kind of things do you do? Pray.
That's like my go-to thing for
Awesome.
everything
Yeah.
is prayer, because trying to and then I'm, being the go-to person in my family, and prayer. Pray. Listen, it's like
Prayer is the answer.
it
Yeah.
is. And then, and I do write a lot. Um,
Mhm.
I meditate. And
Okay.
I have something that I call Silent Sundays. I sit silent with myself and my thoughts.
Oh, nice.
And and I hear God speak, that helps me a lot. So that's how I pretty much, and honest, just going to visit my mom in the nursing home
Yeah.
when it becomes too overwhelming for me. I tear up a little bit. So when it becomes a little overwhelming,
I totally understand how that feels. So I was raised by my grandmother, and one of the hardest decisions for me was to put her in a nursing home due to dementia. So I know
yeah.
emotions very well.
But, and when I get there, I sit there with her and I play music and, she dance and everything. And sometimes I just talk to her.
Yeah, it's obvious how much you love her because you always post things about her on
Yeah.
Facebook when you go to visit her and things like that. I
Yeah.
see that. I see the love that you have for your mom, which is really awesome. And that is part, and it just reminded me sometimes as business owners and that go-to person, sometimes we are managing so much that people might not be aware of because that is a huge responsibility.
It definitely is.
Yeah.
It definitely is. And being the youngest, because I am the youngest of eight, it was like, wow, nobody told me about all this. And it's like, oh my God. And sometimes I just really have these conversations with God, like, all right, God, you throwing a lot on me here.
Yeah. Yeah.
I again, it takes it back to love. It takes it back to love at the end of the day. And when you're doing entrepreneurship, people see they see what they see on social media and they think it's, oh, they got it made. It's a lot of work. It
Yes.
really is a lot of work, and it can take a toll on you where it's like, fuck this shit, I don't want to do this shit again. But
Yeah.
then it's like, oh, I got to keep going because at the end of the day, I know my responsibilities. I know, I know I in Brooklyn or New York every week, I do follow the honor thy mother scripture heavily. Big on that, right? And so I make sure that I do what I have to do. And let me tell you, sometimes I go down there and I tell her, I'm like, Ma, guess what? I did it. Mom. Guess
Yeah.
what? And she, I mean, she don't have a clue what's going on, but she's like, yeah. And I'm like, yeah.
Yeah. You have to tell her again. Yeah.
Just to be able to tell her that I'm
Yeah.
okay, you know?
That's awesome. That's awesome. So you're definitely motivated by your mom despite what might be going on with her and the
Mhm.
challenges.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Keeps you going. So where do you see your business going like 5, 10 years from now
Whew.
or next year?
But like I said, I plan to retire by 50. So I do have my goals written down between 5 to 10 locations.
Mhm.
I am working on other things as well. Luxury seduction is just not that. There's just a wide band of things that I do. So like I said, 5 to 10 locations.
Right.
And, and that's throughout the world. That's just not here. My tabletop books as well. I do have Luxury Seduction tabletop book is coming out. That's exactly one of the photo shoots I just got finished coming from. My memoir
Mhm.
again will be February. So I see the business in 5 to 10 years. Yeah, I see we are going to be everywhere.
That's awesome.
Everywhere.
I wish you all the best and so much success. And
Thank
I say
you.
that prayer of Jabez over you that your products will go worldwide. I'm sure that when Rihanna started, she didn't know where her products might have ended up, or maybe when she started as a singer, she didn't know where she would end up today with having a beauty line that is so successful. And I'm sure you saw that just launched in Barbados. So you don't know where God is going to take you. I'm sure He's going to answer your praise and your prayers, and that He will bless you tremendously for your sacrifice that you're making in the process of building your business.
Mhm.
So, just keep that faith, keep that awesome attitude that you have, always so positive and all that love that you give out. I'm sure it's going to come back to you 100-fold. So,
And so, oh, yes.
yeah, the seeds that you plant, you can only reap those seeds, those harvests. And definitely that's what you're doing, and you will reap the harvest. So I greatly appreciate you sharing with me and my audience. And I will definitely continue to be in touch and follow you. I'm looking forward to using some of those products. And I have to think about which lipstick is going to suit me from where I am today. So I'll be checking.
I think the Valorous woman. I think that's one of them we have.
Those women. Okay,
Mhm.
definitely. So we can find Tricia's products at www.luxuriousseduction.com. And the name of the business will be in the comments. So please be sure to support her business And if you are in the Pennsylvania area, she's available for facials and waxing and life coaching. Okay, so just check her out. And do you want to give your phone number out or before them to
Sure.
call you?
So 347-551-5921.
Awesome. And I really look forward to reading your book and learning more about your story. Thank you so much for taking the time, Tricia.
Thank you, Pat, for having me.
Pleasure.